Peace and grace, beloved soul. Today, the angels have a special message just for you, words that can lift your spirit, open your heart, and guide you into your divine season. Imagine a light shining on your path, showing you doors that are waiting to be opened, blessings that are waiting to flow. The universe is speaking, and your angels are whispering signs you don't want to miss. Before we dive in, I want you to take a deep breath, feel the love and peace surrounding you, and know that this moment is divinely timed just for you. If this message touches your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Holy Encouragement for more uplifting words from the angels. Your engagement helps us bring these divine whispers to more souls like you. Before this message even reached you, angels were already at work behind the scenes. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another video. And this is not a message meant for everyone. If you are here right now, it means heaven wants your attention. Angels say something powerful is about to happen in your life. Something so visible, so undeniable, that it will shock people who once doubted you. A love that was once hidden, whispered, questioned, is about to go public. And when it does, the world will not be able to ignore it. Take a deep breath, because this message carries weight. For a long time, you have walked quietly. You loved deeply, even when no one clapped for you. You stayed faithful when others walked away. You protected your heart while still believing in something greater. And angels say, you are never forgotten. There are moments when heaven chooses silence, not because nothing is happening, but because everything is being prepared. What you couldn't see was the alignment. What you couldn't hear were the conversations happening in the spiritual realm. What you couldn't understand was why delays kept appearing. But angels say the delay was protection. The silence was strategy, and the waiting was necessary, because the love coming toward you was never meant to stay. Hidden. This is not just romantic love. This is recognition. This is restoration. This is divine exposure. Someone who carries deep love for you. Love that could no longer remain secret is being pushed by divine force to step forward. Angels say their heart has been restless. They have tried to suppress it. They have tried to stay silent. They have tried to move on, but heaven keeps pulling them back to you. You see, some connections are written before time. And when the appointed season arrives, resistance becomes impossible. Angels say the world will be shocked, not because the love is fake, but because it is real. Pure, intentional, unapologetic. Those who once questioned your worth will suddenly witness your value. Those who doubted your patience will witness your reward. Those who overlooked you will now look twice. And angels want you to know this clearly. You did nothing wrong by waiting. There were nights you cried quietly. Days you smiled while breaking inside. Moments you asked God why love felt so heavy. But angels say every tear was recorded. Every prayer was heard. Every moment of loneliness was shaping your testimony. Because when love goes public, it doesn't just change your story. It exposes the truth. It reveals who supported you. It reveals who doubted you. It reveals who secretly wished you would fail. And angels say some people will be uncomfortable, not because of you, but because your breakthrough forces them to face their own delays. This is why the world will be shocked. Not everyone expected you to rise. Not everyone believed you would be chosen. Not everyone thought your love story would survive, but heaven did. Right now, angels are urging you to stay grounded. Do not rush. Do not chase. Do not force outcomes. What is meant to step into the light will do so naturally, with confidence, clarity, and courage. There will be no confusion. No mixed signals. No half-hearted gestures. When this love goes public, it will be clear. Clear in intention. Clear in action. Clear in commitment. Angels say you are entering a season where whispers turn into declarations. What was once hidden will be announced. What was once private will be confirmed. What was once uncertain will now stand firm. And the most beautiful part? You won't have to explain yourself. The truth will speak for itself. The love revealed will silence gossip. Alignment will end speculation. The peace you carry will answer every question. Angels also warn you, not everyone will celebrate loudly. Some will smile while struggling internally. Some will act supportive while feeling exposed. But do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. We're never meant to stay small. You are never meant to love halfway. You are never meant to hide what God has blessed. This is your season of visibility, not for ego, but for purpose. Your story will inspire someone who is still waiting. Your patience will encourage someone who almost gave up. Your love will remind someone that divine timing never fails. And angels say, this is only the beginning. The next phases will reveal how this love was protected, why separation was necessary, and how divine timing aligned. Everything perfectly so. Stay here. Do not rush away from this message. Before we continue, angels ask something simple of you. If this message resonates with your spirit, if you feel peace, clarity, or confirmation right now, like this video. It helps spread angelic messages to others who need them. Comment "I receive" to align yourself with this word, and subscribe to Holy Encouragement for more words of angel that guide, protect, and uplift your journey. Angels say there comes a moment when love reaches a breaking point, not a breaking of hearts, but a breaking of silence. For a long time, what was felt for you lived in secrecy, not because it was weak, but because it was too powerful. Some love grows quietly, protected from opinions, fear, and outside voices. And angels say this love needed time. Time to mature, time to heal, time to align with divine purpose. But now, the season has changed. Angels say the person who carries this love has been wrestling internally. On the outside, they appeared calm, composed, maybe even distant. But inside, their spirit was restless. Their thoughts kept returning to you, uninvited, unexpected, unstoppable. They tried to reason with themselves. They tried to distract their heart. They tried to convince themselves it was too late or too complicated. Yet, angels say every attempt to ignore this connection only made it louder. This is because some connections are not emotional accidents. They are spiritual assignments. And when heaven decides the time is right, resistance fades. Angels say the silence existed for a reason. Both of you needed preparation. There were lessons you had to learn separately, healing that had to happen individually, strength that had to be built when no one was watching. You were being refined. They were being humbled. And now, alignment is happening. Have you noticed the signs? Repeated numbers appearing when you think about them. Songs that suddenly speak your story. Dreams that feel unusually vivid. Moments of peace followed by unexplainable anticipation. Angels say these are not coincidences. These are signals, gentle reminders that something unseen is moving closer to the surface. The reason this love can no longer stay hidden is because truth demands expression. Angels say the person who loves you has reached a point where silence feels heavier than honesty. Keeping quiet now feels like disobedience to their own soul. They know people will talk. They know eyes will watch. They know questions will come. But angels say courage is rising within them. What once felt risky now feels necessary. This is why angels say world will be shocked not because love exists, but because of how boldly it will be revealed. Some people assume this. Connection faded. Some believed it was temporary. Some thought distance erased, meaning God. But angels say, distance did not destroy the bond, it strengthened it. What was tested survived. What survived matured. What matured is now ready to be seen. Angels want you to understand something important. You were never meant to force this outcome. If you had chased, it would have collapsed. If you had demanded, it would have fractured. If you had rushed, it would have broken. Your restraint protected the connection. Your silence spoke louder than words. Your patience proved your depth. Your faith created room for divine timing. And now, angels say, the unveiling will feel natural, not dramatic, not chaotic, but certain. There will be a shift in energy. A change in behavior. A new level of consistency. You won't have to guess anymore. What once felt confusing will become clear. What once felt distant will feel present. What once felt uncertain will feel secure. Angels also say not everyone will understand the timing. Some will say, why now? Others will say, I didn't see this coming. But divine timing rarely makes sense to observers, only to participants. This love was never for spectators. It was for growth, for purpose, for alignment. And as it comes into the light, angels say something else will happen. Peace. The anxiety you carried will fade. The overthinking will quiet down. The emotional weight will lift. Because when truth is expressed, the soul can rest. Angels want you to prepare, not by changing who you are, but by staying centered. Remain humble. Remain grounded. Remain grateful. This is not the time to look back at who doubted you. This is not the time to replay old wounds. This is the time to receive. And remember, public love does not mean perfect love. It means intentional love. Love that chooses clarity over confusion. Commitment over convenience. Angels say what is being revealed will also reveal you. Your strength, your growth, your readiness. You are not the same person you were when this journey began. You love deeper now. You see clearer now. You trust wiser now. And that is why this love can stand in the open. Before we continue, angels ask you again, gently. If this message is speaking to your spirit, if you feel confirmation stirring inside you, like this video to help spread angelic guidance. Comment, I receive clarity to align with this message. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you don't miss what heaven reveals next. Angels say, when love steps into the light, it doesn't arrive alone, it brings revelation. What is revealed is not just the connection, but the hearts of the people watching. This is why angels want you to be prepared. Not everyone will react the same way. Not everyone will respond honestly. Not everyone will celebrate from a pure place. And that's okay. Angels say, some people will be genuinely happy for you. These are the ones who prayed for your peace, even when they didn't know your full story. Their joy will feel light, sincere, and effortless. You will recognize them by how safe you feel in their presence. But angels also say there will be others, people who smile, yet feel unsettled. They may say kind words, but their energy will feel different. They may congratulate you, but their eyes will reveal surprise. They may support you publicly, but question it privately. This is not because you did something wrong. It is because your breakthrough exposes places where others are still waiting. Public love becomes a mirror. It reflects patience. It reflects faith. It reflects what happens when someone doesn't give up. And not everyone is ready to face their own reflection. Angels want you to understand, you are not responsible for how others process your blessing. Your assignment is not to manage reactions. Your assignment is to remain aligned. Some people assumed your season had passed. Some believed your story was unfinished, or worse, over. Some quietly counted you out. Now, angels say, reality interrupts those assumptions. An interruption can feel uncomfortable. This is why angels advise you to guard your peace fiercely. Do not overshare. Do not explain your timing. Do not defend your joy. What is real does not require justification. The love being revealed does not need validation. The alignment speaks for itself. The consistency answers all questions. Angels also say something surprising. Some reactions will come from people you never expected. Those you thought would celebrate loudly may remain silent. Those you never imagined would support you may show up strongly. This is divine rearrangement. Heaven is showing you who belongs in your next chapter, not your past. Pay attention. Angels say attention is a form of information. Notice who respects your boundaries. Notice who honors your happiness. Notice who allows you to shine without competition. These are your people. Others may drift. Some may distance themselves. Some may suddenly reappear with curiosity. But angels caution you. Not everyone who returns deserves access. Your season of visibility does not require open doors everywhere. This love going public also brings a test, not of the connection, but of your discernment. Stay grounded. Stay prayerful. Stay intentional. Angels say peace is your compass. If a conversation steals your peace, it is not meant for you. If an opinion confuses your spirit, it is not necessary. If a reaction feels heavy, it is not yours to carry. Let people feel what they feel. Let reactions pass through without attachment. This is maturity. This is growth. This is wisdom earned through waiting. Angels also want to remind you, public does not mean performative. Your love does not exist to impress. It exists to align. There will be moments of joy shared openly. There will also be moments meant to remain sacred. Balance is key. Angels say the strongest connections are those that shine without noise, visible yet protected. As attention increases, so does responsibility. Not responsibility to others, but to your own spirit. Protect your energy. Protect your rest. Protect your intimacy. Not everyone deserves front row access to what God has built quietly. And here is a truth angels want you to carry. When love goes public at the right time, it doesn't collapse under pressure. It strengthens. It has already been tested in silence. It has already survived distance. It has already endured waiting. Public attention cannot destroy what private faith sustained. Before we move forward, pause for a moment. If this message resonates, if you feel clarity settling in your heart, like this video to support angelic messages reaching those who need them. Comment, I protect my peace, to affirm this season. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you stay connected to divine guidance as your story continues. Angels say timing is not random, it is intentional. Nothing that is unfolding now is late. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is accidental. Heaven waited until you were ready, not perfect, ready. There is a difference. Ready means you learned how to love without losing yourself. Ready means you discovered peace even in uncertainty. Ready means you stopped begging for clarity and started trusting divine order. This is why angels say now is the moment. If this love had gone public earlier, it would have faced pressure before it had roots. If it had been revealed during your wounded season, it could have reopened wounds instead of healing them. But angels say you are no longer operating from lack. You are grounded. You are aware. You are aligned. This public moment is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about positioning. Heaven is positioning you for influence. Influence does not always mean platforms or crowds. Sometimes it means becoming a living example of what patience produces. People are watching, not because you asked them to, but because your transformation speaks. They saw your quiet strength. They witnessed your endurance. They noticed how you didn't harden your heart, even after disappointment. And now, angels say, your story becomes a message. This love is part of that message, not because love completes you, but because it reflects what you allowed God to complete within you. Angels also say, this moment is connected to alignment beyond romance, that your purpose requires visibility. Your calling requires clarity. Your next chapter requires confidence. Love that stands openly strengthens. All three. It stabilizes your emotions. It sharpens your focus. It grounds your decisions. This is why heaven chose now, because you can carry it without losing direction. Angels say something else shifted recently. Your prayers changed. You stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And started asking, what are you preparing me for? That shift invited acceleration. When your heart aligns with purpose, heaven responds with momentum. This love going public is a signal to you and to others that preparation has met opportunity. And yes, there will still be challenges. Public does not mean effortless. Visible does not mean immune. But angels say the foundation is solid. You are no longer building on hope alone. You are building on wisdom. This is also why angels warn against rushing ahead. Do not feel pressured to explain your future. Do not feel obligated to share your next steps. Do not allow excitement to override discernment. Enjoy the moment, but remain anchored. Angels say the right people will understand without needing details. Those who demand explanations are not entitled to them. This season is about presence, not performance. Be where your feet are. Honor what is unfolding. Let joy arrive naturally. Angels also want you to notice how peace follows this revelation. Even with attention, even with questions, even with change, peace is your confirmation. If something aligns with heaven, it brings peace, not confusion. And angels say this peace will become addictive in the best way. You will no longer tolerate chaos disguised as easy passion. You will no longer chase intensity without stability. You will no longer mistake anxiety for excitement. This love feels calm because it is right. This is the fruit of waiting. This is the reward of growth. And angels say this moment is opening doors, not just relationally, but spiritually. Your confidence will rise. Your voice will strengthen. Your discernment will sharpen. People will come to you for advice. They will ask how you stayed patient. They will wonder how you didn't give up. And you will know the answer. Call on grace. Timing. Faith. Before we continue, angels invite you to anchor yourself in this moment. If this message confirms what your spirit already knew, like this video to help angelic words reach more hearts. Comment divine timing if you trust heaven's order. Subscribe to Holy encouragement to stay connected as the journey unfolds. Angels say every blessing comes with responsibility, not a burden, but an awareness. Protection does not mean hiding in fear. Protection means moving with wisdom. Now that love has stepped into the open, angels want you to understand something important. Not everything needs your reaction. Attention will increase. Curiosity will grow. Opinions will surface. But angels say, discernment is your shield. You do not need to answer every question. You do not need to clarify every misunderstanding. You do not need to correct every assumption. What is aligned does not require constant defense. Protection begins with boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are filters. They decide what enters your space and what stays outside. They preserve peace. They prevent burnout. Angels say, this is the season where no becomes holy. No to overexposure. No to emotional draining. No to voices that bring doubt instead of encouragement. Saying no is not rejection. It is alignment. Another way to protect the blessing is by staying present. Do not love 5 steps ahead. Do not replay old seasons. Do not borrow worry from the future. Joy lives in the now. Angels say many people lose. Blessings not because they weren't grateful, but because they became anxious. Anxiety asks, what if it disappears? Faith says, it arrived for a reason. Choose faith. Trust what has unfolded. Trust what has been built. Trust the timing that brought you here. Angels also caution against comparison. When love goes public, comparison tries to sneak in quietly. You may notice other stories, not other journeys, other timelines. But angels say, comparison steals peace without giving truth. Your story is custom-made. Your timing is intentional. Your journey is sacred. Protect it by honoring it, not measuring it. Another key to protection is communication. Not with everyone, but with the one walking beside you. Speak openly. Listen deeply. Stay honest. Silence protects some things, but communication strengthens others. Angels say the strongest connections are not those without challenges, but those willing to address them with humility and respect. This is also the season to guard your inner dialogue. How you speak to yourself matters. Do not minimize your growth. Do not dismiss your progress. Do not downplay what you survived. You earned this season. You grew into it. You didn't stumble into it by accident. Speak life over yourself. Angels say gratitude is another powerful form of protection. Gratitude grounds you. It softens the heart. It keeps ego away. Thank God quietly. Celebrate privately. Smile genuinely. You do not need applause to feel fulfilled. Remember, what is truly valuable does not need to be loud. Angels also remind you to protect the blessing by staying spiritually connected. Pray, not just when things feel uncertain, but when things feel good. Stay aligned, not out of fear, but out of gratitude. Blessings multiply when humility remains. And finally, angels say protect the blessing by allowing it to breathe. Do not control every outcome. Do not micromanage the future. Do not rush milestones. Let things unfold organically. What heaven started does not need your anxiety to sustain it. It needs your trust. Before moving forward, pause and reflect. If this message helps you feel grounded and secure, like this video to support angelic guidance. Comment, I choose wisdom, to affirm your alignment. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you continue receiving clarity for this season. Angels say not every loss is a loss. Some departures are deliverance. As this new season unfolds, you may notice subtle changes. Certain conversations no longer flow. Some connections feel distant. Familiar patterns begin to dissolve. And angels say this is not happening to punish you. It is happening to prepare you. When heaven elevates you, it also simplifies you. Not everything that fit in your past can travel with you into your future. Angels say, what is leaving your life now served its purpose, but its assignment is complete. Old mindsets are falling away. Old fears are loosening their grip. Old attachments are losing influence. And yes, sometimes people leave too. This can feel confusing, especially when you didn't ask for distance. But angels say separation does not always mean rejection. Sometimes it means protection. Some people were connected to a version of you that no longer exists. Some benefited from your uncertainty. Some were comfortable when you doubted yourself. But this season requires clarity, and clarity changes dynamics. Angels say, as love becomes visible, so does truth. Truth reveals intentions. Truth exposes motives. Truth highlights misalignment. What cannot align will naturally exit. Do not chase what is leaving. Do not question what is fading. Do not beg what no longer fits. Release is an act of trust. Angels also say this clearing creates space. Space for peace. Space for deeper connection. Space for new opportunities. You cannot receive what is next if your hands are full of what is over. Some of what is leaving may not feel negative, and that's okay. Not everything that ends was bad. Some things were simply complete. Completion does not require conflict, that it requires acceptance. Angels say acceptance brings freedom. You are no longer required to carry emotional weight that is not yours. You are no longer obligated to maintain relationships out of guilt. You are no longer responsible for keeping everyone comfortable. This season honors honesty over habit. Angels also want you to know the quiet nature of this removal is intentional. There is no drama, because drama drains. There is no chaos, because chaos confuses. Heaven is moving gently, but firmly. If you feel a sense of peace mixed with sadness, that is confirmation. Peace means alignment. Sadness means humanity. Both can exist at the same time. Angels encourage you to grieve lightly, without attachment. Honor what was, bless what ended, make room for what's coming. Another thing angels say is leaving is self-doubt. You may not even realize it at first. You speak more confidently. You hesitate less. You trust your instincts more. This is growth. And growth changes your tolerance. What you once accepted, you now question. What you once chased, you now attract. What you once feared, you now understand. Angels say this is the result of inner healing. As your inner world becomes stable, your outer world reorganizes. That reorganization can feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Angels also say this clearing prepares you for deeper intimacy. Not everyone can handle depth. Not everyone can respect vulnerability. Not everyone can honor sacred things. What remains after the clearing will be stronger, safer, and more aligned. This is why angels say trust the process, even when it feels quiet. Silence does not mean stagnation. Distance does not mean abandonment. Endings do not mean failure. They mean transition, and transition always precedes transformation. Before we move forward, take a moment to ground yourself. If this message brings clarity, like this video to help angelic truth reach others. Comment, I release with peace to affirm this transition. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you stay aligned with what heaven is unfolding. Angels say emptiness never lasts long when heaven is involved. Where something left, something greater is arriving. The space created in your life was not a mistake. It was an invitation. An invitation for peace to deepen. An invitation for alignment to settle. An invitation for blessings that require room. Angels say what is entering your life now carries a different energy. It feels calmer. It feels steadier. It feels intentional. This is not excitement fueled by uncertainty. This is confidence rooted in clarity. You may notice things unfolding naturally, without force. Conversations flow, opportunities align, decisions feel easier. This is a sign of divine order. Angels say one of the first things arriving is emotional safety. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself. You no longer question where you stand. You no longer shrink to maintain peace. Peace is present because honesty is present. This safety allows your heart to rest. And when the heart rests, creativity awakens, joy expands, and purpose sharpens. Another thing entering your life is consistency. What once came in waves now arrives steadily. Promises are followed by action. Words are supported by behavior. Intentions are backed by effort. Angels say consistency is love in motion. This is how you know something is aligned. It does not confuse you. What is coming will not leave you guessing. It will not play with your emotions. It will not require you to abandon yourself. It will meet you where you are. Angels also say clarity is entering your life. Clarity about what you want. Clarity about what you will no longer accept. Clarity about your direction. You stop negotiating with doubt. You stop entertaining indecision. You stop settling for almost. This clarity feels empowering, not harsh. It brings peace, not pressure. Another arrival angels highlight is support. Support that feels genuine. Support that shows up without being asked. Support that celebrates your growth without competition. These connections feel refreshing because they are rooted in mutual respect. You will recognize them by how energized you feel afterward, not drained. Angels say your capacity to receive has expanded. Before, blessings would have overwhelmed you. Now, they fit. This is why timing matters. Heaven waited until you could carry joy without fear, love without anxiety, and visibility without losing humility. What is entering your life also brings momentum. Things move faster now, but smoother. Doors open with less resistance. Obstacles dissolve more quickly. Solutions appear where problems once lived. This momentum is not chaos. It is alignment catching up. Angels say do not resist this flow by clinging to old habits. Trust ease. Welcome simplicity. Honor. Progress. Ease does not mean laziness. It means harmony. Angels also want you to know that receiving is an act of courage. Many people are good at surviving. Few are good at receiving. Receiving requires vulnerability. Receiving requires trust. Receiving requires letting go of control. But angels say you are ready. You no longer question whether you deserve good things. You no longer sabotage peace. You no longer feel guilty for being happy. This is maturity. And maturity attracts blessings that last. As these new things enter your life, angels encourage you to stay open, but discerning. Not everything that looks good is aligned. Not everything that arrives quickly is meant to stay. Let peace guide your yes. Discomfort inform your no. Before we continue, pause and receive. If this message resonates deeply, like this video to spread angelic encouragement. Comment, I am ready to receive, as a declaration. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you remain connected to what heaven reveals next. Angels say every season leaves a mark on the soul. This is not just about love going public. It's about the person you are becoming in the process. You are no longer the same person who waited in silence. You are no longer the person who doubted your worth. You are no longer the person who let fear dictate your actions. This transformation is subtle, yet powerful. It shows in your confidence. Quiet, not boastful. It shows in your boundaries. Firm, not harsh. It shows in your presence. Calm, not anxious. Angels say visibility reveals truth about your character. When others see your love unfolding openly, they see more than romance. They see integrity, patience, and faith rewarded. Some will be inspired, some will be challenged, and some will be forced to reckon with their own choices. This is why angels say, do not shrink yourself to comfort others. You cannot go back to appease past opinions. You cannot undo the growth you have achieved. Cannot dim your light because someone is uncomfortable with brightness. Angels want you to embrace the power of your presence. Your influence is expanding. Your story is becoming a beacon. Your testimony is proving that faith, patience, and perseverance always yield results. You may notice a shift in relationships. People who once questioned you now respect your consistency. Those who doubted your timing now admire your alignment. And even some who left your life will witness your rise quietly, unable to deny your progress. Angels also say this season reshapes your self-perception. You no longer define yourself by what you lack. No longer compare yourself to others. You no longer measure your worth by temporary circumstances. You recognize your value inherently, divinely, eternally. This recognition changes how you walk in the world. Your steps are intentional. Your decisions are confident. Your joy is unapologetic. Angels warn, not everyone will celebrate this change. Some may resist your growth out of fear. Some may envy your alignment. Some may even try to provoke doubt. But angels remind you, your Transformation is non-negotiable. Do not allow external opinions to rewrite your story. Do not let temporary discomfort shake your faith. Do not shrink to make anyone else comfortable. What is unfolding is divine. What is visible is intentional. What is being recognized is real. Angels say your identity now includes courage, clarity, and conviction. Courage to love openly, clarity to know what is aligned, conviction to protect your peace. And as your identity solidifies, angels say you will notice something remarkable. People respond differently to you. Conversations feel lighter. Opportunities arrive faster. Your energy attracts alignment naturally. You are no longer chasing, you are receiving. You are no longer questioning, you are trusting. You are no longer apologizing for your growth. You are embracing it fully. This transformation is also preparation for what comes next. Heaven is positioning you for deeper connection, greater impact, and a life that reflects divine alignment in every area. Your public love is only one part of the story. Your influence extends into your work, friendships, family, and spiritual path. Angels say, how you handle visibility now sets the stage for everything after. Stay humble. Stay grounded. Stay prayerful. Stay patient. Stay kind. Stay intentional. Stay aligned. Stay discerning. Stay faithful. Before we continue, take a moment to honor your growth. If this message resonates and reminds you of your value, like this video to help others witness angelic encouragement. Comment, I embrace my growth, as a declaration. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you continue receiving guidance for your unfolding journey. Angels say heaven speaks to those who are willing to notice. Not every sign is dramatic. Not every confirmation comes with a trumpet or a flash of light. Some arrive quietly, in whispers, subtle nudges, or unexpected alignments. This is why you may have felt certain things without fully understanding them. Repeated numbers, vivid dreams, songs with exact lyrics. These were not coincidences. They were messages from your angels, guiding, confirming, and preparing you. Angels say one of the clearest signs you've been receiving is alignment in your heart. You may have felt a pull toward patience, prayer, or protection. You may have sensed restlessness when something wasn't right. You may have experienced sudden clarity in moments of confusion. These nudges are angels saying, stay faithful. Trust the timing. This is your season. Another sign is unexpected confirmations from the universe. Opportunities that appear at the perfect moment. People showing up just when you needed guidance. Conversations that answer questions you didn't know how to ask. Angels say these confirmations are evidence of divine orchestration. Even small, seemingly insignificant events, a phone call, a message, a chance encounter, may carry enormous meaning. Do not dismiss them. Do not explain them away. Do not assume it's random. Angels also reveal emotional resonance as a sign. When your heart feels peace after making a choice, that is confirmation. When your intuition feels strong, that is guidance. When love feels safe and aligned, that is divine approval. Angels say your emotions are not just feelings. They are spiritual compasses. Learning to read them is essential in this season. They indicate who and what belongs in your life and what is meant to pass away. Another divine sign is timing. Heaven does not operate on human schedules. Opportunities and love often appear when they seem late, but angels say this is precisely the moment. Everything aligns. If something arrives suddenly and perfectly, that is a heavenly signal. If something feels delayed yet purposeful, that is divine preparation. Angels encourage you to watch for synchronicities, repeated patterns, Words or events pointing to the same truth are not accidents. They are confirmations from the unseen world that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Gratitude magnifies these signs. When you notice and thank, the signals multiply. Heaven loves attention and acknowledgement. Noticing what is already being done invites even more. Guidance. Angels also say dreams carry coded messages. Do not ignore vivid or recurring dreams. Do not dismiss moments of insight during sleep. Often angels communicate through symbols, metaphors, and feelings in dreams to show direction, warn of caution, or confirm alignment. Another sign is peace amidst chaos. When decisions feel clear, even in confusing circumstances, angels are showing you that you are on the right path. When you feel calm, even when others panic, it is a confirmation that heaven is steering your journey. Angels emphasize the importance of stillness to recognize signs. In the quiet moments, when you pray, meditate, or simply breathe, heaven often whispers most clearly. Your angels are always near, but they require your presence to be heard. And finally, angels say the most profound sign you've been receiving is the confirmation of love itself. The person whose love is going public, their persistence, alignment, and heart have been orchestrated by heaven as well. Everything leading up to this point, every subtle confirmation, every moment of patience was part of divine preparation. When you combine all these signs, intuition, peace, alignment, synchronicity, dreams, and divine timing, you see a pattern. Heaven is working for you. Heaven is speaking to you. Heaven is confirming that the love, the timing, and the revelation are real. Angels say the challenge now is to trust without doubt. When you see these signs, do not second guess. When you feel confirmation, do not resist. When you sense alignment, do not delay. Everything that has been preparing you, protecting you, and guiding you is converging for a purpose. Before we move forward, take a moment to reflect on your signs. If you recognize them now, like this video to encourage others to notice divine guidance. Comment, "I see the signs," to affirm your awareness. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement to continue receiving clarity, confirmation, and inspiration as your journey unfolds. Angels say this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after another delay, everything you have waited for, prayed for, and believed in is converging. The love that was once hidden is going public. The blessings that were once delayed are arriving. The alignment that was once invisible is becoming undeniable. And angels want you to step into it boldly. Do not shrink. Do not doubt. Do not apologize for joy. This is the season where your patience becomes visible, where your faith produces fruit. Where your love inspires others and honors heaven. Angels remind you, public love is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage. It requires trust. It requires vulnerability. You are ready. You have grown. You have healed. You have waited. And now, what was once private is divinely revealed. The world will be shocked, not because love is rare, but because your love is extraordinary. It is faithful. It is intentional. It is unapologetically aligned. People may watch with curiosity. Some may celebrate openly. Others may quietly question how you arrived here. But angels say this is not about their perception. This is about your alignment. This is about your peace. This is about your story being revealed in truth. Now is the time to embrace gratitude for the journey. Thank the moments that tested you. Thank the people who doubted you. Thank the seasons of waiting that strengthened your faith. Every tear, every prayer, Every moment of patience led you here. Angels say your story is becoming a living testimony. Others will witness that true love endures. Others will see that faith never fails. Others will realize that divine timing is flawless. And in this season, your influence expands beyond romance. Your story inspires someone to wait for their alignment. Your journey encourages someone to trust even when they cannot see. Your breakthrough reminds someone that heaven is always working even behind the scenes. Angels also say, as love goes public, your responsibility is not to impress. It is to remain authentic. Do not change for attention. Do not perform for approval. Do not compromise your values for recognition. What is genuine does not need validation. What is divine does not require justification. You are meant to shine naturally, guided by peace and integrity. Another message from angels. Protect your joy fiercely, even with eyes watching, even with voices talking, even with opinions floating around. Joy is sacred. Peace is precious. Love is powerful. Do not hand them over to anyone who does not honor them. Angels also want you to celebrate openly. Smile without apology. Love without fear. Receive without guilt. You are standing in a season that many prayed to see. Many hoped to experience. Many wished would arrive, and it has arrived for you. So angels say, step fully into your blessing. The love going public is not the end of your journey. It is the launching point for everything else heaven has prepared for you. The world may be shocked. Some may question. Some may envy. But angels say, do not let their reactions shake your alignment. Stand firm, stay humble, stay grateful. Because when you live fully aligned, heaven multiplies every blessing. Before we close, angels want you to do 3 things. Like this video to help angelic messages reach those who are waiting for confirmation. Comment, I embrace my season, to declare your readiness to walk boldly in love and alignment. Subscribe to Holy Encouragement so you continue receiving divine guidance, encouragement, and wisdom for every season of your life. Angels say this is just the beginning. The love revealed will inspire. Others. The alignment achieved will strengthen. You. The joy experienced will open doors that were once hidden. Stand tall. Love boldly. Trust fully. Because heaven has orchestrated this moment just for you. And the world will watch. The world will notice. The world will be shocked. But you will shine. You will thrive. You will know that patience, faith, and alignment always produce victory. This is your season. This is your story. This is your blessing.